Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It's really warm today. They're saying we may actually hit a record today and tomorrow for record highs. Strange and unusual. I mean, just a few days ago, we were in the teens at night and 30s during the day. But here's the thing. This is normal. I can remember, I don't remember when. It's been probably at least a decade ago. It was the last day of fall, and it was in the upper 70s. The next day was the first day of winter, and we had 4 inches of snow. And it didn't stick because it had been so warm, but still, that's just normal this time of the year. There's a lot of you folks that have moved into the Ozarks. There's a big group of prepper, homesteader, Torah people in the Ozarks. And just to let you know that this is normal. This isn't, I don't think anything's being manipulated or anything. This time of the year, it's just that way. You can have all 4 seasons in the same week in the fall here in the Ozarks. But it is abnormally warm. Supposed to get back into some normal temperatures next week. So there's that. Wanted to mention to you again, if you saw the little thank you video clip from Sarah the Soap Lady, she's running a end of year sale. If you use Grafted 20 on her website, you'll get 20% off. That's grafted in gracedesign.com. I'll leave the grafted in gracecreations.com. I'll leave the link down below. But if you use Grafted 20, you'll get a discount off of the best soap and others. She doesn't just make soap. She makes all kinds of stuff. Beauty, health items and stuff like that. All natural, all handmade, right there in her own kitchen, and very, very high quality stuff. She's a big favorite at our monthly meetings. She always sets up her soap display, and people just love it. So go over there and check out her stuff and the end of year deal. So, well, number one, the president signed an executive order today reducing tariffs on beef, coffee, bananas, tomatoes, maybe a couple other items. What's interesting is that they said that they're reducing the tariffs on them so that the prices of those things would reduce so that people's grocery costs can come down, which is really strange because for the last several weeks, we have heard the president and many others in the White House repeat it over and over again that, number one, grocery prices are super low, that people are doing great, and that things aren't expensive, and it's all in your head, and that there's nothing wrong with grocery prices. And then secondly, we've heard over and over and over again that the tariffs are being paid by foreign countries, not by you. It's not causing your grocery prices to go up. So all of a sudden, we're signing an executive order to reduce the tariffs on these items so that the prices will come down, which completely contradicts everything that they've been saying for the last few weeks. It's par for course. They're politicians. You can tell when they're lying, when their mouths are open, and I don't care which one it is. I don't care what party they're in. That's just how it is. So there's that. Also, so like I've been saying for the last several videos, last couple of weeks have been really rough on the Trump administration. The things that he's said and done, the things that's come out, and it's there has to be some kind of distraction, right? There has to be, and it's not because it's Donald Trump. It's because, again, they're politicians. So if Joe Biden was in office, or Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama, or anyone else, Hillary Clinton, any of them, if something big and, made them look bad that came out, or if their poll numbers were starting to slip because something was going bad, they're going to distract from that. And I still believe that it's very likely that an attack on Venezuela or maybe Iran is in the works soon. Remember, the Pentagon has presented the president with a package of several strike options for Venezuela. So that's being discussed, I would assume, today or this weekend. But also today, the president came out and has ordered the Department of Justice to investigate the connections between Bill Clinton, several other people. They're all Democrats, but several other people and Jeffrey Epstein, the connections they have with Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, he still says it's a Democrat thing. They're all Democrats and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Trump was a Democrat for a long time, a lot longer than he was a Republican. He was also buddies with the Clintons, if you remember that, back in New York. But anyways, that's not the point that I'm trying to make. This is part of that distraction, because it's just the investigation is just focused on a few people. And of course, I believe, I have no evidence whatsoever, but I believe probably what happened, which has happened before, and we do know for a fact it's happened before, that when this message came out, certain social influencers were notified to promote it, because almost immediately numerous social media influencers just went crazy online, promoting it, talking about it, how it's big, it's devastating. See, I told you, this is 4D chess. Trump was just luring the Democrats in so that they could talk about it. Now he's going to nail him down and all this kind of stuff. But here's the thing that a lot of people are missing. The reason why the House is supposed to be voting next week to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, and there's been all this talk, is because, remember, months back, Pam Bondi, the Department of Justice, and Donald Trump, all of them said that the case was closed and that it was all a hoax. Remember that there wasn't anything there and that the case was closed. Now, if it's all a hoax, then why is he having the Justice Department investigate the connections between all these Democrats and Jeffrey Epstein? But here's the thing. The reason why there was a possibility of releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files is because the case was closed. They can't release files on an open, ongoing investigation. And now that it's getting close to the House voting on a bill that would force the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files, I find it kind of strange that the president is ordering the reopening of that case, opening the investigation again, and now they can't release the Jeffrey Epstein files because it's an ongoing investigation. I mean, come on, folks. I know that there's going to be people in the comments that say, yeah, but if Trump was in them, then they would have released it, blah, 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 blah. Well, and then, listen, they're all dirty. They all have some kind of connection. And even if it's not Trump and if it's not Clinton, it's all these associates and these bankers and these billionaires and everything else. And so they're using the Epstein files, each side, as political fodder, gunfire, to attack the other, but yet neither one of them will ever actually release it and expose the truth because there's too much dirt there. And so don't get your hopes up, folks. It's more of the same. This is... we live in a sinful, failing, corrupt world. I don't know if you figured that out yet or not, but that's what we live in. You know, they wear a cross and profess Christianity and the Bible and Christ when it suits them, and when it doesn't, it gets put away. All of them, left and the right. The wickedness and the evilness and the corruption and the immoralities and everything that's listed in the Bible as just sinful things that you should not do or that you should stay away from, our leadership are doing. Maybe not every single one of them, but the people that are running the show, they're doing this stuff. And they are, I guess I might as well just jump into the deep end. It's satanic because they are worshiping Satan. They may not, all of them, recognize and know that they are, but they are. And Satan's end goal is to bring about his beast system and to try to captivate as many people as he can before he's done for. He knows where he's ended up. He may think that he can still win, but he knows where he's ended up. And so he's doing everything he can to bring as much good people down with him. And these people, these pedophilic, satanic, fake, corrupt, lying, gaslighting, just evil people, they're all playing right into his hand. Some of them knowingly, some of them they don't. And so all of this stuff that's going on, wars, economic problems, the drama with Epstein, all of it is leading us down a path, distracting us from the things that's really happening and leading us down a path of destruction. You know, all the technology, the AI, the robotics. You know, it was just announced, I think yesterday, that China is mass producing now these in-home robots, and that Elon Musk expects to build at least 1 million of them in the next 4 years for homes, people to have them in your home. And they're rapidly developing the technology of bringing together of AI and these robots in your home. This stuff is happening. The digital identification, digital currencies, digital everything, surveillance. It's all happening. It's the beast system, or at least it's the building blocks, the foundation of the beast system. And they have to keep you busy and distracted. And they have to do the bidding of their master. All of them. These heads of state, these top elites, bankers, and heads of corporations, and kings and queens, and all of them. Are there a few good ones in the bunch? Maybe. But there's a lot of real bad ones. And so don't get so swept up in all of this stuff. Justice is never going to be had, folks. It's just not. But what we need to be doing is we need to be preparing, because as this stuff happens, it becomes more and more apparent of how far along we are. And we're getting quite far along, folks. You need to be getting ready. Get your heart right with God, because like I was just saying, Satan's trying to take you down with him. And so you need to be prayed up, read up, everything. You need to be solid in your faith, because he's coming after all of us. He's not coming after the evil ones. He's coming after us, folks. So you better be prepared for that, and prepared for hard times, and prepared for chaos, and prepared to disconnect from society as it becomes too intrusive to be part of. You just need to be prepared. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.